Hey YouTube, I want to start off today by wishing everybody a happy new year, and I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, and we are starting the year 2025. And the reason I'm making this video today is we reached a major milestone. I got my 25th thousandth subscriber, and I think that is awesome. I never thought I could get 25,000 people listen to me ramble on. And what I have here in front of us is to celebrate the 25,000 subscribers. I have my two favorite pistols that I own, and I wanted to show them off just a little bit. I've shown them a few times, and I just wanted to tell everybody thank you for subscribing. I've never asked anybody to subscribe, but I think it's awesome. 25,000 people. So how I gathered 25,000 people is doing nothing more than being honest with people, telling people stuff they wanted to hear and stuff they didn't want to hear, and showing you what my main interests are, and mainly they're in revolvers and 1911 pistols. I do content on pretty much everything. I love all firearms, but these are my two favorite kind of platforms, and these are the two favorite ones that I have of those two platforms. So let's take a quick look at them. And we've seen them before, and I'll just go over a quick rundown on them. But most importantly, I want to say happy holidays to everybody, happy new year, and thank you for subscribing. 25,000 subscribers is a landmark that I never thought I would reach. So what we have here is my favorite pistols, and this is a Colt 1911. And as you know, the 1911 platform is my favorite semi-automatic platform, and this is the original one. This is the one that I've showed a few times here. This is the World War I era, made in 1918 Black Army Colt, and this is my favorite 1911. This is not the most decked out 1911, nor is it the fanciest 1911. It's got some marks all over it, and from years of wear and being in the service, but it is still my favorite 1911. The reason I like the 1911 platform so much is the actual ergonomics of it and the trigger pull on them. And out of all the 1911s that I have, this has probably got the worst trigger on it out of all of them. But there's no such thing as a bad 1911 trigger. A 1911 trigger is superior to any of the new striker fired pistols. And this worst trigger, here's your about to take up, which is non-existent, and there's your trigger pull. And this one's probably going to be around the 6-pound range for the trigger pull. The thing about this gun is this is the original design. It has a lot of stuff that, actually it's missing a lot of stuff that the newer ones have, and people want to add on to them. It isn't undercut underneath it. The framing here is not scalloped out. It doesn't have a very large beaver tail on him, so a lot of people get hammer bite when they shoot like one of these original 1911s. I personally don't. I think it's the way people grip things, but when I grab this hammer never really makes contact with my hand. If you'll notice, it comes close, but it doesn't make contact with my hand. I've never had a problem with it, but it has a straight mainstream housing on it. It has a little lanyard loop underneath it. It's got the worst sights that you could possibly ever see on a handgun, but that's the way they made them, and it was good enough for the military back then, and it's good enough for me these days. I'll show you some of the close-ups of it. There's a little bit of wear on this gun. There's a couple marks and stuff here and there, but it's by far my favorite 1911 because it's the original design, Colt 1911 from 1918, an actual Army Colt, an Army issued Colt. You'll see right there where it says United States property and model of 1911 U.S. Army. Pretty cool gun. I've always wanted one of these Black Armies in this kind of condition, and it's just by far my favorite 1911. Now, if you've watched this channel enough, and I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably have, you'll know I'm a revolver fan too, and this is my favorite revolver that I have. Now, this was extra cool, especially before they started remaking all the new Colt revolvers, which I'm happy to own those too. But this is an original 1984 manufactured Colt Python, and this is in bright stainless. And this is my favorite revolver. This revolvers are always known to have the smoothest action and probably the best trigger out of all the revolvers on the market. And they were actually a little premium revolver that Colt released in 1955. And not a lot of people are going to look at this and say this is an ugly gun. They're known for their really great looks with this ventilator rib and this full underlug on them and all the finish outlines and everything on them. Just an absolutely exceptional revolver. If you're in the revolvers, this is one that you might want to look at. Now, these things are a little pricey. The price has gone through the roof in the past, 10 years or so. They're starting to come down a little bit because there's all these new ones that have come out. They re-released this Colt Python after 20 years being off the market. They started reproducing them again. There's a couple little differences, and I have videos comparing the older ones to the newer ones, but what an exceptional revolver. I'll show you some of the close-ups of the other side. It just says all the Colt stuff on them. It doesn't have the little QR code on the side like the newer ones do. There's a couple little differences. These walnut grips are all original and they're in excellent shape. There's a very, very minor handling marks on this gun. But a lot of people mistake this as a nickel gun, and this is not. This is a bright stainless gun. One of the ways you can tell the difference is if you look on the inside of this where the ejector rod goes, there's a little S that says nickel. And a lot of things that people don't know about these, if you look at a bright stainless gun and you're not sure whether it's a nickel gun or not, you can always look at this little cylinder release right here. If it has the serrations on it, it's more than likely a stainless gun. And if it does not, it's probably a nickel gun. They changed that over in, I believe, 1982 when they started making stainless guns. They changed the stainless ones to the serration ones. And not a lot of people know that. Just an excellent gun, excellent action on it. The lockup is incredible. But this is my favorite revolver, and I'm mainly a revolver and 1911 guy. But I have pretty much everything, and everything that I show on this channel I'm very honest about, and I give you my honest opinion whether people want to hear it or not. I'm actual realist. I don't make stuff up or anything like that. And the funny thing is, people will try their hardest to be right. I don't care whether I'm right about something. If I'm showing a product or a firearm and I disagree with it or I don't care for certain features, I'm going to straight tell you. A lot of people, if this is the only firearm they own and they sit there and they show you, they'll tell you why it's the greatest, and they just want to be right so bad. Things have shortcomings, folks. Even these two guns, they have shortcomings, and I will tell you about them if I know about them. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything ever on this channel. I'm going to absolutely be honest about everything I talk about. But anyway, folks, enough about that. Enough about the soapbox here. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday. Hope everybody had a great holiday. I spent my holiday moving, and we're pretty settled in now, and we can get back to making these videos for everybody to watch. And I want to celebrate 25,000 subscribers and show you my 2 favorite handguns. Thank you very much for watching my video today, and you folks have a great day.